Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Business Growth Show, where we talk about all components of business and how to utilize them for exponential growth. My name is Athin Cassiotis. I'm a serial entrepreneur, international speaker, results strategist, business coach, mentor, and consultant. Today, I have an awesome guest. He is an actor, director, producer, influencer, artist, and live event showrunner. He is best known for his role as Leo Cruz in the Netflix original drama series, Greenhouse Academy, which started in 2017 and is currently on the 4th season. He is producing a film and is a verified artist on Spotify and Apple Music with 4 singles currently released as Hart. He has also voiced commercials and interactive sites for clients like Circle K, Six Flags, and Lego Magazine. Welcome, Dallas Hart, and thank you for being on my show.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, I got a lot of hats there, don't I? Wearing a lot of hats.
Yes,
so
mate.
No, go ahead.
No, it's awesome to have you here. And yeah, I think that's business, right? We always got a lot of different hats, especially as the entrepreneurs. And you are a very successful entrepreneur. So, for those people who don't know who you are, just please introduce yourself by telling us about you and your journey.
Yeah, definitely. So my whole life, I've always been really excited to share stories with people. And I think pretty much everything that I do is to get that across. I'm sharing a story when I'm writing music and when I'm sharing that with people. I'm sharing stories when I'm writing and producing a film. I'm sharing stories as an actor. I'm sharing that character story with people. And I've always just had a huge love and passion for everything in entertainment. And it's just the best job in the world, honestly.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Really very, very cool. And I'm sure you're going to provide huge amounts of value for everyone today. So obviously you've been acting for over 27 years now, which is a long period. So congrats for that. And I'm sure, I know it's a tough industry, with a lot of people there and, it's obviously a big journey that you've been there. So I'd like to know for you, how the journey's been from a mindset perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely ups and downs. What I've noticed about life is everything is literally ups and downs. It's back and forth. So I have big dips in how I'm feeling about my career, especially even over quarantine. It was like the lowest of low during that because everything was shut down. The whole industry changed. There's no more in-room auditions, which I really miss because I like having a personal connection with the people that are casting the film. So it's all just, crappy film stuff on the phone that you send in and hope that they watch it now. But I think it's just constantly adapting to whatever's thrown at you. It's constantly going to be changing. Even after you book something big, it's never going to be easy. You know what I mean? It's a constant struggle and you just have to keep pushing forward, fighting for what you love and adapting to anything that might be thrown your way.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Completely agree with that. Mindset, business, life, acting, whatever it is, it's just, there's always challenges. And I think the great line is you always succeed if you never quit, basically, right?
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. It's very, very true.
Love it, mate. So obviously more recently you've been acting on Netflix for over 5 years, Leo Cruz in the Netflix original drama series, Greenhouse Academy. So, congrats with being on that and in the 4th season. So do you want to maybe just share a little bit about selling yourself to get the part and how the series, continues to grow with more seasons and how that's all unfolded?
Yeah, definitely. So it was like the craziest audition process for that. It was insane. There's like an entirely long story of how I almost didn't even go to the audition because I was out of town. And I decided to drive like overnight to get there in the morning. I felt underprepared. So the audition wasn't even that great. Like personally, I didn't think it was that great. And then I get a call a month later saying that I got a call back for it. So I go in, the character's a musician. And so I decided to they had like song lyrics in the scripts. They sent us one of the scripts. And I used the song lyrics and I wrote an original song to it. And so I performed that in the room and everyone really loved it. And I honestly think that was probably the thing that carried me over the top above some of the other actors is that I really put the time in and the effort because I really cared about the role. And yeah, it was a dream come true to play a character that also does music. And it was crazy. It was a crazy time, and I made so many amazing friends from the cast. and it's an experience that I'll never forget.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Really cool. And I think that's a true testament about going above and beyond for something, right? It's like, how do you stand out from everybody else and be a bit different and use all our unique talents? Yeah. Very cool, mate. Very cool. And, more recently as well, you've been an influencer, right? Especially on Instagram, for over 5 years now with a massive following. So initially, because this term influencer gets put around a little bit, right? And stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, it's an interesting one. So maybe, defining that a little bit, but also how did you become an influencer?
So most of my following came from the show. They were really inclusive with making sure that the actors were like the main part of marketing for the show, because it's a very, very character driven show. And so they had all our social media handles in the credits after every episode. So they have like a picture of us and then our social media handle. And so a lot of the followers came from the fans of the show, which I loved. And it was amazing to see that, my work was being received in such a positive light. And yeah, I kind of just branched off from that to share my other passions with those followers, started gaining some more traction with other passions I had in life. I focused mainly on entertainment and acting. And yeah, my fans just kind of grew with me and started to love who I was beyond the character. And it was great.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Very, very cool. And, let's delve into this a little bit more if we can, where I'd like to know, maybe give me some examples or, how you've leveraged your personal brand, because obviously you built this great personal brand to get like partnerships and sponsorships and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. I always say social media is really like a hack to life, because I've been way more bold in reaching out to people than I would have if I didn't have a following. So I'll usually reach out to a company that I'm interested in. If there's a product or a service that I'm really loving, I'll just contact them and tell them that I love it. I'll say like, hey, I really enjoy and I really love what you're making here. Is there any way that I can be a part of it, involved with it in any way? I've worked with a lot of great companies in the past. I'd love to help promote you with my amazing loyal fan base. And I think it's just honestly not being afraid to put yourself out there.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate. Very, very cool. And, I think it's a bit like me with my podcast guests, right? Getting you on here and getting, a lot of other big guests. It's like, you just got to ask the question. You got to be just genuine, right? That's what it's all about.
Exactly. It does not hurt at all. Like, it's never going to hurt to ask the question.
Yeah, what do? You get a no and you're like, okay, well, at this time it wasn't for me, but then, maybe they'll come back. Maybe there's going to be a yes next time, right?
I've definitely had people come back. It's just how it goes. It wasn't the right time then, and you don't get butthurt over it. You just move on.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. And, for everyone listening and watching, it's like, it's the mindset traits, right, of Dallas here, right? Where, they continue to keep going. And that's what ensures that he succeeds in a very genuine way to get it out there, leveraging all of that. It's really cool. So let's go one level deeper now on it. And what are some ways that we can monetize it, right? Because one thing is like, getting in and say, hey, I love this drink. I'd love to be part of it. Go, hey, yeah, if you could just, do a video or a post and get a drink, right? That's like a simple thing. But I guess if people have a following, right, they have a strong personal brand and they want to be able to monetize it, what's some ways, either one way or multiple ways, that we can actually monetize it?
Yeah, I would say definitely try to align with brands that fit into your niche and your personality. I think the best way to do it, because I hate coming across ads that just look like they're trying too hard. I think the best thing to do is just try to find a way to do it naturally. Don't push on the brand too much, push more on your personality and just get that brand to kind of show off that brand with your own personality, if that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, very cool, man. And then does it sort of work? Because I guess I've sort of got somewhat limited things. I'm not doing this yet, but I plan to build my personal brand up to your level and beyond. Is it sort of like there's like little codes and stuff that get done if they do it on certain things that you do, so you can actually make money out of it and things like that?
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of affiliate marketing. I have an entire list of all my affiliate marketing partners, and pretty much you can have all that stuff in your link in bio, and you can just keep that stuff, and it can go on forever. You know, you can always have those links linked back to a video you did years ago, and you could still be making money on it. I would say another thing would be to just try and keep like consistency with that, whatever brand you're working with. So say maybe you'll give them a little bit more content in exchange for doing it every month. So I've had a few companies where I've reached out to and I said like, hey, like I'll even take a lower rate if we do like 3 months in a row. I'll do a video a month, start promoting you a little bit more than I would with other companies, especially companies that I'm extremely interested in. I'm like, hey, I'm passionate about what you're doing. I'd love to just do some more content with you. I'll lower my price on the first video if you agree to do a video in the future. So just keeping those relationships really, really tight, not just like taking a video to make a quick buck.
Yeah. Awesome points there, mate. Really cool. And yeah, I think like anything, we all love long-term relationships, right? In business. So very cool.
Yep.
Great tips there as well. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're also producing a film, right? So do you want to maybe tell us a little bit about it and what made you get into producing as well?
Yeah, so it's actually it's in its final stages right now. So it's we're finishing up the ADR, which is like the it's the stuff from set, or like the lines that go over that we missed, or maybe it was a bad audio day. So we're finishing up that, and then that's it. It's done. You know, we got all the special effects, we got the scoring done. Film is looking really, really beautiful. I'm very, very happy with the finished product, and we're planning on selling it in the next couple months to a streaming platform. So we're not really sure. We have a couple offers from a few, and very, very, I can't wait. It's been amazing. But we started it right at the end of 2020. So it was in the middle of the pandemic still. And we were trying to figure out a way to just use one location so we could all just stay on location. You know, we get our tests, stay on location, don't leave set pretty much for about a month. And that's what we did. And it was very hectic. COVID cost us an extra like 30, 40 grand on top of everything else, just for like, they have this new role called the COVID compliance officer, and we have to have a test every 3 days, even though we weren't even leaving the set. And it was wild. It was insane. So I like to say that any future project that I do is going to be way easier than that one, because we went through the thick of it on that. We had so many problems pop up, and we still came out with a film. So I'm very proud of everybody on the team. And yeah, I got to cast a lot of it because it's revolves around, like, I can't share too much about the storyline, but I got to cast a lot of my friends in it. So we were all just hanging out at the house, you know, having a good time. They're all amazing actors. They're on some really big shows as well. So I'm very excited. It's probably actors we couldn't have got for this movie had I not known them personally. So it's a lot of who you know, getting the right connections, and yeah, I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Yeah, very true. Love that. And true test of, building relationships and leveraging that, you know, with awesome friends and stuff. Very cool, mate. And was that in LA that you were doing that there, or?
Yeah, so it was about an hour south of LA.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what town it was in, but yeah, it was like an hour south.
Yeah, cool. Because the reason why I asked that, because I know you're in LA as well, and a lot of obviously film stuff happens there, is I know that with COVID, a lot of the big actors, some of the movies were going to like Puerto Rico and stuff like that, because it was like,
oh yeah,
you know, a lot of things were happening. So I don't know, do you sort of, you're seeing that happen a lot and everything around? Yeah.
Yeah, the entire film industry has kind of moved out of LA. It's weird. It's very weird. I think a lot of people are moving to a lot of films are moving to Texas, Nashville, even Canada, and so I don't know what the future is for LA, quite honestly, but I know that I'm happy to travel for work. That's my favorite thing to do. So if there's a set anywhere in the world, I'll go to it, you know?
Yeah, awesome, mate. What a great way to see the world, right? Is just put me in a location somewhere and enjoy everything that it has to offer.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, very cool, man. Very cool. So let's switch it up a little bit and let's talk a bit about crypto, blockchain, NFTs. They're gaining a lot of momentum now, and especially for artists like yourself, right, in the NFT space. There's massive things going on, and do you want to maybe just initially share a little bit about them, just in case people don't know what they are, but also more specifically, maybe I know you're looking at some NFT projects and things like that. So what's sort of in the mix there?
Yeah, definitely. I think the world is looking to switch to DeFi, switch to decentralized everything, honestly. I see it overtaking every industry. I mean, you got the big dogs coming in, big companies, you've got Disney, you've got Nike, you've got, I mean, as soon as you see those companies getting in, you know that you wish you would have gotten in earlier because they're already like trying to saturate the market. And I think it's going to free up a lot of people in the entertainment industry specifically, because they're going to be finally getting their money's worth for the art and the music and the films that they create. It kind of takes the middleman out, and especially for music. I mean, you see how much money these labels are making off their artists, and it's just sad. And then you put that on a streaming platform like Spotify. Spotify is taking most of the money too. You're barely making anything. So you're incorporating the real fans of these artists, and they become part of they become part of their world, and they get rewards from that, and they get to have input on the art that they're creating and the art that they're releasing, and they get to have a relationship with that artist, and they're benefiting if the artist benefits, so they want the artist to do well. There's some great music artists that released some fundraiser type NFT projects in the past couple months, like Daniel Allen and Grady. I don't know if you know the musician Grady. And so I'm just kind of following their lead. They had very successful fundraisers, and they raised awareness, and they're meeting a lot of people in the industry that are doing the same things, and they can see the future of Web3 and crypto, and it's just amazing to learn from them and to kind of follow in their footsteps.
Yeah, awesome, man. Very, very cool. Sounds very enticing, and I'm sure we'll learn more about it and see more cool stuff coming from you and among others in that space. So, and I think this, touches on about like having multiple streams of income, right? Like, obviously you're doing your acting, you're doing your other things, but what happens if COVID happens, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like lockdown happens, you can't act, right? So
exactly.
You got to be doing stuff on the side. So how is it important for you as well on your journey to sort of have, fingers in different areas to have those streams?
Oh, it's extremely, extremely important. I mean, I've for years been trying to figure out the best way to get good passive income and reliable work. Passive income's been an up and down battle for me. I've looked into everything from drop shipping to Patreon, all that kind of stuff. And I think the number one thing that's worked for me has been crypto. It's been reliably consistent and has been making me very, very good money for the past year.
Yeah, interesting. And if we just delve into a little bit more, because I know, everyone does a little bit of a different thing, because some people just buy Bitcoin and they hold, other people are sort of trading, right? And sort of trying to play the market, even though you got to be on top of it because it's very volatile. So are you sort of doing one or the other? You're sort of mixing it up a little bit with different risk profiles and things like that?
Yeah, definitely mixing it up. I think for the majority of last year, I was just investing into coins and tokens. There was, when I was first starting, I'd gotten into actually Shiba Inu before it was big. I saw it and I was just like, I know that this isn't like a crazy great investment. It's a meme coin. It is what it is. But I could see the potential in it. So I definitely dropped a little bag on that before it got jumped crazy heights. And that's when I was really like, okay, I'm going to start looking into more utility-based tokens and coins. I'm not just gonna like be running around doing meme coins all day, but I want to actually get into the utility of these coins, pick things that I think are going to be in 10 years a really great investment. And it kind of just lit the fire for me to investigate all these different outlets of crypto. Because yeah, I had thought about it before, and it was always something that interested me, but I never really jumped in and like did the research. And last year I just spent pretty much every day, a couple hours a day at least, diving in, figuring out what to do. And after I felt pretty confident in my in coins and tokens, I moved on to NFTs, which really opened my eyes to what I could do as an artist. You know, buying coins and tokens didn't really have anything to do with my actual passions in life, which were music and acting and all that. But with NFTs, I can really incorporate everything I actually want to do. And crypto can kind of be the one that funds that and helps move that forward.
Very cool. I like that. So yeah, really reinvesting basically what you can into something else in a similar sort of space. I like that. Very cool.
Yeah.
Like I've heard stories, I'm sure everyone has, of, you know, certain platforms being shut down, all these other things. There's a little bit of risk in the space. Like, is there some sort of reputable thing? Are you doing it yourself, or are you getting some sort of help through some like sort of platforms and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, I definitely have a couple friends that are pretty heavy in the space and have been a little longer than me. So I take a lot of advice from them. And, you know, it's just finding the right people that are on social media that you have come to trust, you know, YouTube influencers that don't just, you know, say a bunch of crap because they have a brand deal with that company and they want to pump and dump it. You know, it's just finding the right people that are open and honest about what they're trading and what they're doing, and their investment advice. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's definitely my friends. I have a friend who's, I don't know if you've heard of MicroPets. It's like NFTs with a great staking capability, and he's working on their metaverse future stuff. And so he's definitely someone I go to for a lot of stuff, and he's helped me invest tremendously in the past couple months.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, the metaverse is very interesting. I see a lot of people now looking at how can we do things in the virtual space as well. Are you seeing a bit more of that in what you're doing?
Yeah, a lot more. And I think my goal is, with future NFT projects that I plan on releasing myself, is to find a way to incorporate the real world and the metaverse. So I want to find a good bridge between the two. So it's not just an online thing, you know, it could be something that you can visit in the real world as well. Yeah,
very cool, mate. It's definitely exciting times, to say the least, for everybody in this time of technology. So, you know, coaching and mentoring is becoming a lot bigger, and it's been around for a long time, from you know, obviously sports stars and, you know, Olympians and things like that, to obviously actors. I'm sure as you probably help people along your way to do your craft, you know, in terms of your acting and other things like that. So do you want to maybe talk a little bit about coaches and mentors for yourself, and how they've helped you along your journey?
Yeah, definitely. I've had amazing acting coaches over the past probably 10 years, maybe even longer than that, honestly. I've been to probably 10 to 15 different acting classes with different coaches over the past 10 years, just because I don't want to get stuck in one mindset of how, you know, there's no right way to be an actor. There's no right way to play a character. It's just kind of using all the things that you've learned, piecing them together into your own personal craft. And I think that the number one thing I would say when coaching is just have a variety of different coaches. You know, don't you can have your favorites, but definitely don't get stuck in one lane.
Yeah, very cool, mate. I completely agree with coaches and mentors. You know, like you said, I have my main one, but I have multiple coaches and mentors to learn from, because they've got different knowledge, or they come at different angles. Maybe they're high strategic, maybe they go into the details of the tactics and the specifics a bit more, and all that type of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, very cool. You know, so a lot of people talk about all these good times and things that we've done, but they don't always talk about the challenges, the failures, whatever word you want to use along that. So do you want to maybe talk about a challenge or a failure or something that you had along your journey in whatever way, and how you overcame that at the same time?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of those. I guess one of the first ones in my acting career was I booked like my first feature film where I was playing one of the leads, and it was everything was like locked in. I'd signed contracts, everything was set, and then my co-star, the girl that was playing the opposite of me, she had to back out because she had another project that she had previously like agreed to if they casted her. And so she was taken off, and then they had to pick a new actress, and she didn't really like, it's all a game in film. So it's like, we didn't have the right look with each other. So they had to choose a different guy for my role. So they literally just cut me from the film. I actually have no idea if that film even ever got made to this day still though. But it was just you had it, you had it right in your grasp, and then it's taken away from you a day later. And it's just really discouraging, to work that hard, have all that time wasted, and then have nothing to show for it,
Yeah. And I guess, that's, a great story. And then obviously the bounce back, I'm assuming from yourself,
Yeah.
it's all gone, it's all good, I'll get the next one, and just keep moving forward from there, right?
Exactly. I mean, in this business, you can't take anything personally, and just never, if you are getting into acting, just never expect anything as bad as that sounds, just kind of give it your all, go into it with no expectations. Don't even try to follow up with the casting director to see like did they cast it yet? Just like let it go, just forget about it. And if they call back and you got something going for you, then great. But at the end of the day, it's just like we said, keep pushing forward, keep moving forward, and don't give up.
Yeah. And I think one other point we've touched on today is about building relationships, right? Extremely important in business, in life, and things like that. And, with your project with all these actors, how you got them involved in your film and things like that. So do you want to maybe talk about that thing and, about relationships and building them, and how like that's opened doors for you as well?
Yeah. So it's all just about like, I don't want to say networking, because I feel like networking is so like, I don't know, it's not the right word. It's more like building friendships, just building like real friendships. You're not just there to use people. You're there to create connections. They help you, you help them. And you're trying to build an empire together, so just, I think, make friends with very passionate people in your field, or, any field really, just as long as they're passionate about building themselves and creating something that's bigger than themselves, surround yourself with good friends and smart friends that are willing to learn. I think that learning and educating yourself is the number one thing you can do in life for any business, anything.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. Very, very cool. A lot of awesome gold. And I guess as we're sort of wrapping up here today, I always like to end with like a key piece of advice or something that, you want to give to everybody watching and listening today.
Key piece of advice. Don't worry so much. I guess just don't be afraid to live in the moment. I know the future, especially now with everything going on, is very up in the air, but it's always going to be up in the air. You can't have full control over that. So just enjoy the little moments, work hard, but enjoy life.
Yeah, completely agree, mate. Great words of wisdom there. So much better and less stress and everything else, I'm sure, at the same time. So yeah, we connected through our networks, where I learned about your awesome journey from being an actor to an influencer, and obviously more recently Leo Cruz in Greenhouse Academy. You're now a producer, getting into NFTs to capitalize on your personal brand and, you know, really showcase your artistry, which is awesome. You're an awesome guy, and I'm sure you'll continue to entertain and make the world a better place. I am very grateful that we connected, and I look forward to working with you in the future. So Dallas, how can people find you, get in contact with you?
Yeah, so all my social handles are at DALRulz. I made it when I was young, so don't judge me for it. But it's DALLRULZ, like Dallas Rules, but just the down. Yeah, you can reach out to me, DM me there. I'm always checking the request box, and yeah, just reach out anytime. I'm always willing to have a conversation.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. Really cool. Definitely check out Dallas. DALRulz. He definitely rules, and he's provided huge amounts for us today. So thank you, everyone, for watching and listening to this show where we talk about everything on business growth. Please like, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star review. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube as Athin Cassiotis, or visit my website, athincassiotis.com. I completely agree with you. Or do I? The only way you will know is if you tune in next time. So until next time, remember that our business grows when we learn skills and take action using them in spite of fear. So remember to design your growth and results.